probably go in like 2 hours-ish. So let's get the show on the road.
I'm down.
See, is everybody here? Yeah, we got 5 people.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep.
Alright, so...
Let's go find a paladin in this ancient dark ruins somehow.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe the paladin will find you.
We have that dude to kill first. Don't forget.
Oh yeah, we need. Yeah.
Maybe that paladin.
We might be better off to talk our way past that dude.
Nah, I got this.
Well,
That's what Grace said last time.
I mean, we got some good hits in though, right?
I fucked him up with like 4 hits.
Yeah, we got him to like down to a third of his health. You know.
Yeah,
We reduced him to the point where he laughed at us.
And he, said, "You know what? Just die." Then he killed you all.
Hey, I passed my con saves.
Yeah.
I was only unconscious.
Yeah.
And now we have new character sheets, so that'll make all the difference.
Yeah, we haven't got a chance to play with these yet, so let me know if you have any problems, and I'll try to work on it.
Mm-hmm.
I did figure out a way to get them to cast at higher level spells.
There should be a prompt whenever you cast a spell, if you dragged it in from the SRD.
Yeah, like unless it's set to do a query like that, I don't think it'll do it.
Hold on. Let me go to my other room where I have a spellcaster sheet. I know how to do it.
Because we were having problems last time, and like you just gotta set your attack to query to ask to do stuff before it does the roll. Gotta go to the cogwheel and where it says advantage and disadvantage on that, just set to query.
Is this the session that you mentioned, Krim, where we were going to have like an intervention for Grace and her like obsession with killing things with swords?
I don't know, maybe.
That's going to have to wait until after the intervention for Nadine, which I believe we had planned for just sheer alcohol abuse.
Yep.
Nadine's a dwarf. She doesn't need an intervention.
Don't worry, you guys just need to figure out a way to get sobriety to her.
There you go. I mean, when they talk about Krim said when they talk about divine intervention with this party, it means something different.
If you give Nadine that tankard of sobriety, she might drown herself trying to get drunk.
All right, so if you want to add higher level things or the query for the higher level things, it should just be the second to last box when you go to edit a spell.
Yeah.
Right under other damage, it'll say blank per level. And then you can just put in whatever the die is from there.
Oh well, I'll worry about it later. Anyway, while y'all figure that out. Yeah, we did end the last session. You all getting your butts stomped by this undead looking moaf. And you all headed back outside and back down the cliff, which you had pittons and rope already set, so...
Oops. Okay.
And I think you all decided to go on a short or long rest? What did you all decide?
I mean...
I can't remember.
I think we decided to... I don't know.
If I remember correctly, it was a long rest.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, a long rest.
I'm not gonna lie, I could use a long rest.
Yeah. Anyway,
is tonight the night where I attack them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. After about 4 hours, you do notice, like, I don't know if you guys are setting up watches or rest, how you're all doing this, because it is going into the night now.
Yeah, Branon, because he could just spend hit die and help out with watches.
Didn't we want to go back to the place, the plant town?
How far was it?
It's only like 30 minutes away, right?
Yeah, it was about 30 minutes to an hour.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, then we just go to town.
I think that's where we went back to and had camped there.
Yeah.
I would make the most defensive sense.
Yeah. What the plant people worry about security.
Yeah. You do you all just make camp outside the gates, or y'all
No,
wanna
I'm going
go
back to my. I'm going back to my inn.
Okay. It will be the same price as before, which if you're taking the normal style room, I think it was like what, a gold?
Well, that's the fancy one.
Yeah, then the other one was 50 silver and the other one was 10. I'm not sure. I can't. Let me look up the prices of that. My book is gone. Panic. Panic!
Hmm. I think I have.
Don't panic.
I have this
Definitely
book
take the
tabbed.
1 gold piece room. It was good enough the night before.
Yeah.
I guess I'll take the 50 silver one.
They both feed you, and the
Yeah.
gold one has its own private bath and things like that.
5 silver.
5 silver. Yeah. Shut up.
Okay. Yeah.
No, it's 2 silver. I'm sorry.
He just said 50, and I'm like, that's expensive as fuck.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
don't
I'm
you
sorry,
use?
I'm
Don't
looking at
you?
the wrong thing.
But you still use like the 100 to.
No,
One.
it's a 10 to 1 here.
It's a 10 to 1.
Oh, I always get confused. Okay. Okay, so then okay. Alright, so I have 2 left over. Okay.
Except I think Electrum is.
We don't use Electrum, shut
Yeah,
up.
fuck Electrum.
Yeah, it's
Oh
in
my god!
here.
Thank you guys. You just earned so much respect with me.
I mean,
I
you
think
guys
that's
can
a
convert it to
5
Electrum
to
if you
1.
want, but no one's gonna take it.
Yeah, exactly. Hey guys, we have this nice metric-based system where everything's divisible by 10. Let's fuck it up by putting a little electro in it.
Besides, if I'm not mistaken, isn't Electrum used in like outlying and magic stuff? So if you're not in that kind of area, it's kind of they don't use it. But yeah. Let's see. And I assume Nadine and Telmat's Branon and on.
Yeah, I'd set up in the same place outside.
Yep.
All right. Well, since you camped near the gate, nothing really happens. They are slowly curing the people, and let's see. Oh, that's a shitty roll. Okay. Yeah. Nothing really eventful happens. I mean, if it did, the guards would take care of it. When you guys were walking back, you did notice that the fields were clearing up from the disease, from the curse, and all the
Oh, he did.
the Petalia people were getting better too.
Well, I wasn't sure if he had removed the curse before we attacked him.
No, he removed the curse. Then you all attacked
Yeah.
him.
That's what I
Haha, joke's on him.
thought.
It was a clever ruse all along.
Yeah, nothing really eventful happens. The everybody seems kind of relieved, and everybody's getting kind of back to business as usual.
Right. We all settle down, make families,
Yep.
get
Small
jobs.
plant people make little plantlings,
Mhm.
seedlings.
And the campaign is over. Hope everybody had a
Congratulations.
good time. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, night passes. Nothing happens. You all did not make any arrangements to meet up again. So, I guess.
I figured that we'd pick up our camp and they'd come meet us outside.
Yeah. You all know where each other's at now because you all kind of figured out where each other was at before. And
Yep.
yeah, it's fairly early in the morning because you all went to bed as it was getting dark yesterday. I mean, you all could do stuff before you all went to bed if you wanted.
No.
All right.
Pray.
Eat, pray, love.
I don't do much loving.
It's still kind of dusk out, but it's early in the morning.
So, are we going to try and talk our way past this guy this time, or have you got your absolute necromantic hating heart set on killing him?
Hey, he just looks shady as shit. It's not my fault.
See this
It
guy
was
get
Grace I was more worried about.
well. First of all, see, this guy gets it. And second of all, I'd like to not have him.
I mean, he kind of kicked your guys' asses, so I don't know.
You,
Yeah, it's a no go.
Laughed at us.
It's a no go fighting that thing.
currently, we'll keep him in the back of in our minds.
Mm,
Ah, crap,
Nope.
Seth, you're talking.
So all he wants is some item that Shadow's got. As long as we get Shadow alive, I don't care what he takes off him.
Oh, so we do need that dude alive then.
Yeah, we got to take him back for questioning.
Because that kind of thing usually depends on him, whether he comes back alive or dead.
There's always the old knock him out, tie him up, bring him back, and carry him home routine.
Are you talking about Shadow, the guy you're after?
Shadow, yeah.
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 So, do you all head back?
Yes.
Alright, I got it.
Yes.
Is there anything we need before going out, knowing kind of at least somewhat what we're dealing with?
Potions of water breathing.
There
We
was
didn't-
one.
We didn't really get anywhere inside the dungeon, so we don't know really what we're going to be facing.
You did
'Cause-
find out during your short time there that the way down was flooded and the dungeon is filled with unnatural darkness.
Speaking of which, there's a handout in the journals of the secret map or the lair of Shadow. Are we supposed to have seen that or no?
You will as soon as you step foot back in there. You
Okay.
didn't get a chance to look at it before you all decided to go postal on Big Dude.
So,
Not my fault.
hold on 1 second before we get going. I'm gonna see if I can learn a spell of water breathing.
I can take destroy water.
I don't know like the biology of said plant people, but do they sell any like? That'd be a weird question. Like not like swimsuits, but like gear for that kind of exploring.
Let's see.
Like, do they need to breathe when underwater, or do they have like a snorkel for sale?
I thought a snorkel would help you with swimming, but
Yeah, in this long rest, I'm going to learn the spell of water breathing. I'm gonna set it.
Cheater.
It's not cheating.
I'm just counting on the fact that he probably doesn't have one. If he can hold his breath and swim through, hopefully I can hold mine.
Oh, do they have any like waterproof bags? That's something that I could use.
You just put your head in a bag of holding.
That I have done that in the game because it creates an extra dimensional space that has up air for up to an hour. I think.
However, you cannot see where the fuck you're going.
You can feel your way through.
I can just imagine you running into a wall and the bag going flat, and everybody looking at you.
They're also really good if you have two of them for disposing of bodies.
Or just throwing them inside one another.
No, because if you put one inside the other, it opens a rift in the planes and everything disappears and gets scattered across all
Don't tell
the
people that.
7.
So, how do I add spells on this sheet?
You click the
go-
cog,
yeah.
and there'll be an add button in the bottom left, I believe, or the pencil. The pencil
Gotta
first.
click the pencil first.
You can still drag and drop. So if you
Yeah.
hit the if you hit the pencil and then you just hit add, you can still drag and drop like the old sheets.
Yeah, so just type in the spell you want to look, drag it onto your sheet after you hit add on your spells, and it'll put it in the proper appropriate spell level and everything.
Yeah, it'll highlight it yellow. Just make sure the blank location that you had just added is where
Yeah, 'cause
is
if you
highlighted yellow.
Yeah, if you drag it over an existing spell, it will replace it.
And make sure you click the filter of prepared so it shows everything.
Yep.
Because if you don't have it done, then it'll just disappear and it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Okay.
They did have a few potions of water breathing, and I believe those were uncommon, weren't they?
What about, like, I asked, waterproof bags or anything?
Let's see. Would they have those? Yeah, if you go to the market and go to where people are selling fishing supplies and stuff like that, you can.
Ooh, and I will buy. Do they have what is it? Silk rope? Is that the better one here?
Yeah.
Are they selling any silk rope?
They are not selling silk rope.
All right, then I will buy 100 feet of hemp.
All right.
And how much for the waterproof bags?
It looks like there's a few water genasi, and they're the ones selling it. Let's see. Let's just go with 40 gold for a waterproof bag. That sounds about right. All right. As you all do wander around the like as you do shopping and all that, and go through the city, you'll hear rumors of a person gone missing.
Oh.
It seems like it's one of the normal people, not the Petalia, one of the visitors.
You don't say.
But yeah, you'll see one of the shamans and one of the shadow thorns kind of off to the side with a druid, and you can hear them complaining about a missing person. But that's about the only event that's going on in town. Everybody seems very happy that the curse is going away.
Would there be like a blacksmith or something in town that I could get like an iron ring from? Like probably like a 5-6 inch in diameter, like just iron loop.
There aren't any smiths like that, like traditional blacksmiths. But there are like little miscellaneous shops that would sell something like that.
All right, I'll buy let's say 3 of those. And then Grace, you're the paladin, right?
No.
No? Who's the paladin? Do we lose our paladin?
Yeah.
We lost our paladin, but the new paladin hasn't shown up yet.
Can anyone cast light?
Yes.
I think I have a plan for dealing with the traversing of the flooded section, and that will be very helpful.
Okay.
Nothing crazy. Just thinking.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
God. All right. Oh, that's where it went to. All right. So, what do y'all do now?
You guys all ready? Let's head back.
Yep. I think if we're ready, we will head back.
Yeah.
All right. Give me a second. I'm trying to find something. Okay, there it is.
Is that one for the road, Nadine?
Yep. As we walk, Nadine would ask if anybody would like to partake in a dwarven ale with her?
No.
Maybe after.
All right. As you all are heading back to the waterfall, in front of the waterfall, you see a horse tied up to the tree, to like a
Is,
like
is,
a little.
is it Linda?
Yeah,
Brandon, your horse!
And as you all are, examining the horse, plotting to do nasty things to it,
Look at that horse.
What? No, I just want my horse back.
it's a druid. Yeah, you do see a person like examining the cliff wall inside. Looks like he's trying to get up to the ruins as well.
Is he
And-
armed?
Yes, he is very armed. She is very armed. Shut up.
Hmm.
I'll kill you. And that is
I don't trust it.
Verjiger.
I don't trust the horse either.
So yeah, there's this woman, like you can see even from this distance, fairly stark blonde, and she's like unbarding the horse and like tying it up to a tree as she's inspecting this cliff face, and like you guys, she doesn't see you all yet.
Hmm.
Did the Adventurers Guild send you?
Oh my. Hello, hail. Who goes there?
Very masculine sounded.
Yeah, I'll get a better female accent down in a bit.
That's your death, an Irish one.
Yeah, I can only go so high. Oh my god, this would be really hard to do the whole
Break your
time.
voice.
I break my voice. I won't be able to say a word after this.
It's fine.
So yeah,
Go
like
character like that anyway. So.
I'm gonna take a lot of estrogen before the next session.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm always in character.
Yeah, I'm always me.
Dedicated. Get dedicated, dude.
So she looks behind her and she says, "Well, hell, well met. What? Who goes there?" As she looks fairly sternly towards whoever is going to speak up first.
Oh, we're just out for a picnic. Don't mind us.
She says, "A picnic in these parts? I don't think so.
Aye? Where else would we have a picnic?
I don't think here."
It is.
And she says, I see a distinct lack of baked goods or meats. Care to tell me what you're actually doing here?"
It's like, this one's smart, guys.
Remember that these ruins aren't ones people know about. So.
I mean, she doesn't look like the dude from inside, does she?
No.
Okay, good. I won't have to stab her then.
Dude from inside is 8 foot tall. She is not 8 feet tall.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I'm polymorphed. Don't let him
The
fucking
size
spoil it.
isn't the important part. It's the looking all creepy and shit.
Yeah.
You're gonna be disappointed with my games.
It'll be fine.
Mrs.
Well, I'll
Thank
walk up to her and be like, please pay no attention to my other friends. They like to. I don't know what they like to do, but well,
I want to make a hot rod joke so bad, but I don't know if anyone will get it.
Servina is like looking you guys up and down, and like you can feel the assessment on you as she does so, and she holds a bit longer on Grace, who seems to be dressed so very similar.
yeah, she's chainmail and nice holy symbol of the Raven Queen out front. Do you have a holy symbol out?
She does.
What's
I
wrong?
didn't know what what lore
Pantheons.
we were in. Yeah.
I like the Furin, the whatever they're called, pantheons, but
Faerun.
I mean, yeah, Farron, but it's pretty much whichever pantheon, because this is a conglomerate of people from all around the world, so they kind of bring their own kind of religion here.
Yeah. Which ones? I gotta make sure I got the right one. So you mean Forgotten Realms, right?
Yeah, Forgotten Realms.
Right. So I think it's Saloon
Oh,
then.
the moon.
Yeah. So yeah, it's Saloon. Cool. And she would see yours, and she would very obviously take a look at it, and she says, "What does a priest of the dead have to do in this place?"
Well, I would like to say nothing, but that's not the case. But also, that is somewhat, shall we say? Oh my god, my brain's not working.
So she sees you getting like tongue tied on
Well,
this,
yeah, I got
and
kind
then
of,
and
I,
then
I got
and then
kind of
she
fucked up last night. I'm not gonna lie.
and then she sees you getting like sort of messed up, and this woman who's a bit looked at you very like stern, like nanny at you. She's got these sort of like large gauntlets. She sort of like slaps one against a leg, and she says, "Oh, I'm just kidding. Cinder sent me."
That
Oh.
explains why you're at this semi-secret spot.
Yes, he thought that my previous party and my specific skills would be useful to you all here. I'm a bit of a hunter by trade.
My last party got ate by monkeys.
I
And we
don't
lost
think
our last paladin. So
I think the monkey would have to be pretty large to be eating me.
Oh no,
But,
they were. They were very
but-
big and angry.
as
but
I
she-
said, we've already lost one paladin. So hopefully you do better than him.
I'd be like I am. I don't really attach myself to a title like that. Just a servant of Saloon who's trying to get by. That's all. And
You
she
was one
says,
bigger than that horse.
she holds out a hand to Grace. Be like, the name's Servina Gavon. Nice to meet you.
Grace Nightingale. I'll probably call you Sarah.
Oh, most do.
Good.
She says there won't be any problem with that. But I heard that there's this cave around that we'll be needing to get to.
Indeed, yes.
She says, and you are all as myself being tested. Is that right?
Unfortunately.
Oh, I find it fortunate. I'm a bit taxed that I have to test myself twice, but when you come back from a mission and there's no survivors, then they want to make sure that I guess I just didn't run away. But
Branon.
so I'm going to need at least one of you to survive this one.
All blanches slightly at the mention of losing everybody in this party.
Oh, I think I'll do my best to keep everyone alive.
Oh yeah, I appreciate that. Well, it's good to know everyone's strengths and weaknesses. Wouldn't want to be getting to going in there without knowing at least a bit about you. So she would tell, she would talk about herself and say, "I'm trained as a soldier and a bounty hunter, and a commander of large troops." But she gave that up a while ago for reasons that she says she doesn't really want to talk about. And she says now her best option for advancement is with the guild, and she looks for sort of the same amount of information. She says, you won't. She says she's very comfortable in the fray, as well as trekking prey.
Gaul steps forward and extends his hand. He's a half elf, not dressed like a wizard or sorcerer at all, just wearing very common clothes. Reaches out his hand to you and says, "I am Gaul. I am magical support for the party. Don't expect to find me on the front lines."
He killed a monkey with a stick.
Once I killed a monkey with a stick. I don't
Did
plan
that-
on doing it again from that
And
close.
she would smile and be like, "You sure that stick didn't have like magic coming out the end of it? And it was
Oh,
sort
you're
of a
damn
twig."
right it did. I haven't hit anything without a magic stick in years.
And she like smiles and she says, "Well, good to know. I'll be keeping an eye out for you and make sure that if I see the back of your head, I'll make sure to interpose myself."
And one more thing. Sometimes weird shit happens when I'm around, so it might do you to not stand so close.
Well, I'd kindly ask that you see the back of my head from a good distance.
That's the plan. And I'll step away.
So you're a human, right? That's your
Yes.
race.
Yeah.
So Nadine would step up, look you up and down, and just extend her hand and say, "Hello, my name's Nadine."
I extend my hand back, and there is a very firm grip that she gives.
Instead of shaking her hand, you reach out, and she quickly hands you a bottle of Dwarven Ale and says, "Here you go. We should have some fun."
The old switcheroo.
Well,
She says, "Well, I don't really drink while I'm on the job."
You've
She
made a
says
powerful
nothing.
enemy to hear this today.
Yeah, she
But-
says nothing.
But she says, "I'll kindly join you in a drink when we rest."
She steps away, mumbling something under her breath, drinking another ale.
No, I can't kill her yet. I just met her. No.
so doesn't Frick. I don't trust her.
I don't know. Grace kind of looks at Brennan.
He will look back around, just waiting to go in.
If there's anybody that hasn't spoken up, she would make a point to introduce herself and find out about them.
Grace looks at Brennan.
Servina looks at Brennan.
And I say, "I'm Brennan. We gonna do this?"
She says, "And what do you do, Brennan? What are you good at? What are you
Fighting?
bad at? What are you bad at?"
Not dying? I don't know.
Well, up until this point, I believe a gambler would say that you're due.
Or that I'm just good at it.
Oh, just wanted to test how quick you were, if there were actually words any behind that mask.
Don't worry, I handle myself quite well.
She says, "What do you do for fun?"
Kill.
Live?
Yeah, but like, what in your life do you do for fun?
Work?
And what do you work at?
This?
Masturbating furiously.
And what is this?
Going to not kill some dude?
Ugh.
I look at Grace and be like, "Is he all right?"
You know, to be honest, I've never had a conversation with him this long, so I've never really noticed how that he is. I
Well,
apologize.
She
I don't
says,
think any of us are all right.
No.
"Well, we wouldn't be here rightly if we were. But I can't begrudge him that. I am no scholar by any means. I can barely read, so don't judge anyone. I wouldn't be judging anyone based on that. Well, it's good to meet all of you. We'll have each other's backs in there, and remember to call out if you need any help or support. Don't want anybody going down just because of their pride."
You're gonna have a bad time in this group.
Hey, I haven't gone down yet. Not my fault.
Yeah. So she's she gives, I don't know, I don't know what your opinion of her is, but hopefully I portrayed it as well as I could.
Give everyone 10 gold to have a better opinion of you, rich bastard.
Yeah. I have them give me 10 gold each to make their opinion of me better, because they now invested money in me and now think that I'm worth more. Okay, good.
No. Just no.
If I'm using my regular voice, that means that it's I'll be out of character. Just that's just something I try to always do. So you guys,
When I say something stupid,
because I mean I'm just as much of a sarcastic bastard as you guys seem to be. So
In any event, the sun is fully rising up now, and you
brilliant.
see some, like from the side of the cliff face, the guy from last time, Red, the guy, yeah, he told you to call him Red, just kind of float in, like he's flying, floating.
All right,
I
Grace.
immediately
Wait, towards us?
No, he's going towards the entrance. He's like 40 feet above you.
I use my action to immediately divine sense, because I don't trust people that float ominously.
Brandon's gonna look to Grace, I guess, and go, "Are we dealing
No.
with this guy?"
No, let's not.
Yeah, Nadine would say, yeah, he hasn't really seemed to hurt us or anybody else intentionally.
Mm-mm. Is he
Told
undead?
us what he wants.
I bet he's
Wants
undead.
something from Shadow.
But he's undead.
Yeah, you get no sense from him. You don't get a strong evil presence or a strong good presence from him either.
Okay.
But you do know he's undead.
Okay, that's that's the thing. Well,
Yeah.
it doesn't tell you good or bad. Divine sense just tells you like your creature type.
Celestial fiend or undead, I believe.
Yep.
Technically,
It
could
doesn't
be-
tell it if he could be Count Strahd von Zarovich, and I wouldn't know.
saying that he definitely is. He definitely.
is.
And he's also beholder.
Get ready to run.
God damn it! Not this shit again.
Get ready to run the module. He's also a monkey.
So Grace
People and
Grace
beholders.
walks up to you and she Sarah, and she puts a hand on your shoulder, and just to briefly describe her physically, because I didn't technically do that, she's a human, chainmail, red hair, pretty short, doesn't really wear a helmet, about 5'9" or so, with this big ass like greatsword on her back, and she kind of looks up. She's like has her hand on your shoulder, but she's looking up at that figure. And she's kind of squeezing you a bit, and she says, "That creature, whatever it is very dangerous. I would suggest you not provoke it until we can devise a way to kill it."
So with that, she says, "Well, loud and clear." And with that, and you remark how similar in size and shape and armor and greatsword we are.
Nice.
I'm like 5'9", blonde, and then I look at like my picture beyond that. And she puts her helmet on at that point, which is like has a slit across it that allows her to see, horizontally.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, "Well, I if you've had previous dealings with this thing, then I await your action." And she sort of holds her greatsword in its scabbard out in front of her, and sort of sticks the very tip of it in the ground and takes sort of a stoic stance.
Well, you'll probably need that.
No, so it's there. Like she
Okay.
has ready. It is at a form of ready, but in its scabbard.
Alright. So the figure just kind of floats into the cavern.
Oh, I thought it was floating towards us.
No, it went into the behind the waterfall, as it were.
Well, then she pulls her greatsword from its scabbard and rests it on her shoulder. Like a gun in a military.
Sweet.
Yeah, it does ignore you guys. It doesn't really pay you guys any attention. and just goes right back into the cave.
Well, how are we going to get past that?
Well,
This time we're going to talk.
technically speaking, last time it didn't seem to have any intention of getting in our way.
No,
I
all he
will.
wants is one object.
I will note that he is undead, and if you did not know, all know that.
I expected as much. And,
He told you
you
guys
probably
to
know
start-
the Raven Queen. She doesn't particularly like undead, so,
Like when she said that, she was already just looking at Grace. Like,
Yeah.
Are you upset that I've now told you that?
No, Grace is just like, I'm very well aware.
No, like upset, like charge. She's I've heard stories of the hubris of certain people associated with the Raven Queen. I see that you are not them. She's basically referring to somebody that would be so stupid as to just charge and try to kill every undead.
Yeah, we don't have any of those.
It's normally those that choose undead rather than normal death that are filled with hubris.
It's a good bet to know they is undead, just from the dwarf's description of it smelled like a corpse, and
Yeah.
they told you he was a servant of Kelimvar.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Also, I'll mention that. Yeah, he said he's a servant of Kalimvar, which is, I don't think I rolled high enough to know anything about him.
No.
So
Just know
if
that
you want to
he-
give it a shot, you can try religion.
You just know that
She
he's-
says I've studied nothing of the religions. I know very little.
Okay. Good.
Yeah,
I'm
I
glad.
think the only thing you knew is that Kelimvar is the one who watches over the dead as they pass on.
All right. Yeah, and then I said, "There's only one. There's only one god of death.
Yeah,
You worship the wrong one."
he must die.
All right.
I
Let us not tarry any further. Let's get in. Let's get in there.
Yeah, so you all will have to climb this again.
Boots.
None of you actually possess any climbing gear.
Boots.
Other than the pittance of rope, yeah. Those of you who have boots don't really need them more. You can help others climb if you wish.
Yeah.
But-
Grace leaps off the ground with her boots of flying, or not technically boots of flying. They're winged boots.
We have like a rope
Yeah.
there. Be
Yeah, you have
pretty
a
easy to.
pit already set up.
Yeah.
You don't need climbing gear, but you'll to climb it, just make an athletics check. You can make it with advantage.
I'll tie the
Athletics.
sorcerer to me again.
I've got advantage from the rope, so.
So, Branon, are you gonna bring the horse in the dungeon?
Oh, look at
If I
me go.
could.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Unassisted.
Haha! Suck you in
scurrying.
that 20.
I did an acrobatics and 7 athletics.
You parkoured up that thing.
Jesus. You guys could barely climb it last fucking time.
Hey, I did perfectly fine last time.
And that's Nadine after 2 drinks.
She could have leapt it if she had 3.
Grace looks at Sarah like, are we related? We seem to have very similar lives.
She says, well, maybe half sisters somewhere.
Sisters of the
Or
faith.
doppelganger.
My father wasn't around much, so who knows? Maybe he met some nice, lovely redhead and fell in love. And she, makes like a dark joke towards you.
Sort of doubt that, knowing my parents, but very well. How is she flying? Does she have the same boots?
I don't know. How am I flying?
I don't know. What?
Then you don't know?
Okay. Well, I'm just no. So you don't have boots with wings on them, is what you're saying?
No, I don't have boots with wings on them.
All right, because that's how I'm flying.
Cheaters.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Hey,
you
you-
say that, but Nadine and Gaul are practically walking up the rope, not climbing it, walking up the rope.
Yeah.
Yeah, you all managed to get up top without any serious. You all easily climb the rope.
seriousness.
Yeah, you all easily climb it like you've just climbed it several times already.
Children at a playground.
Yeah, so I did move you to this new screen. Yeah, I did.
Mm-hmm.
The doors are open.
Yay.
The darkness is still kind of flooding in
Boo.
as you walked in the in the cave that slowly turns to tile and yada yada, with water ganassi marks marking the wall. And
I wish we had a warlock to see through this darkness.
as if they took Eldred's sight.
Hmm.
Yeah. So you're all in here now.
I guess we kind of forgot about the darkness. It might be a problem.
I got dark vision.
No, but we can't see through the darkness, right?
You get
Even-
half
even-
of your dark
it's-
vision, right?
It's not like it's completely hindering you guys, but it is limiting. It's not complete darkness, but it is hindering your all's your light spells, your torches, and your dark vision.
Okay, so it's dampening all of our
Yeah.
Vision.
stuff. Okay.
No
Good thing I
sign
got
of
my handy dandy flashlight.
Yeah.
no
Yeah,
sign
so-
of red.
Yes, Branon, if you would like to bring out your portable. God, why brain no work today? What is the thing? Lighthouse. Lighthouse. Your portable
Lantern?
lighthouse. Lighthouse is what I was going for because it's very bright.
Yeah, it does cut through a lot of the darkness, but it is not as bright as before.
Hmm.
By
Oh,
the way, are
Mm.
you using oil for each of this? Like, are you keeping track of that?
Yep, I bought a shit ton of it.
Okay. I was gonna say, you used it a butt ton already. I think you only start with like 6 of it. So maybe
Guys, there's
Yeah,
a lot
but-
of talk about butts right now.
I bought a bunch because it's one per use, and I believe it's a 6-hour use on each. I'll double check.
Either way,
Servina,
you're highly explosive.
Why do you think I bought a waterproof bag? I'll be fine.
it said waterproof, not oilproof.
That's to keep the water from getting in, so the
Says
oil
this-
doesn't get out.
Does
Well,
the
water-
sneaky little salesman.
waterproof isn't fireproof.
So Saravina pulls out like a old fashioned torch.
I cast light on. I don't know.
Let's look what you set up with the light.
If you're
Catch
going to
light
do
on
that,
the
I will
torch.
hand you one of the iron rings I bought and say that'll be useful for later.
For what?
For what?
There's a flooded part, and we'll need to see down there. And I figure we can tie or thread these through the rope, have someone swim through, attach the rope at the other side, and use that as an aid for everyone else.
Oh, smart thinking.
Sounds awfully complicated.
No, she thinks about it for a second. And she says, "Well, I think that'll work. That sounds smart."
Well, Nadine, unless you'd like to turn into a fish.
Well, I just figure
Well, now that you mention it,
Turn into the fish that can change its gender to change your gender.
Turn into an aboleth.
So there's no sign of red in this room?
No. When you do shine the light up here, you do see it's like a carving to the side of the wall. And
Oh,
it
we're on a
looks like
map.
it's a
I didn't see that.
looks like a floor plan of this first room.
oh, well, that's handy.
It's right there. But
No.
in the top
Does it
and
say
bottom-
ancient floor plans, shadows hideout?
No.
Keep out. No girls allowed.
Over top of it.
There is no words on this map. Just
It doesn't have like a "You are here" sticker.
no.
I will take out some of my paper and my pen and do a rough sketch of it. and
Where's
put
the
it
jumbo
back
juice?
in my map case.
Yeah. So
Do
that's
you have
available
do you have
to guys.
proficiency? Do you have proficiency in cartographer's tools?
No,
There
I
are
have a pen and a rough sketch.
There are a few words on there, but they're in a different language, and even if they weren't, they look very deteriorated. Like, unless it was like your first language, you might be able to.
But we know the first letter is A and the last letter is T.
Sure, why not?
All right.
Is it Orcish?
No. Well, it's
Then I don't
actually
give a shit.
primordial,
Yep.
but there's still not
I mean,
enough
like, I have
there
no
to
clue what it is.
actually kind of glean what it's saying.
Nobody speaks primordial.
I think like 2 people do.
Yep, and they talk to each other.
Nadine knows primordial.
Anyway,
We don't have to talk to red. Let's just make our way forward.
Hmm.
So
See how long this water goes for.
Servina says, as we progress, not wasting anybody's more time. She said that Cinder and that blind songstress that he was with, well, and the alchemist too. They all said that the shadow just needs to be brought in, but they didn't quite say why.
He, we were told he practiced his trade where he shouldn't have.
And with a name like Shadow, I assume that his trade was less than above board.
Suffice it to say, he specializes in taking things that aren't his.
Like lives or like
things.
items.
Well,
As far as we know, this time it was things.
He says, "Well, good. We're not really things, so that eases any worry I might have had about that. Always want to make sure that I'm the hunter, not the hunted, right?"
Well, Branon, would you like to lead the way?
Yep.
All right.
Is there a door here now?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I put that there because I didn't want you all running around while... There you go.
The wall of darkness.
As I go
Statues.
out from my quiver, I am going to take out my 10-foot pole and be kind of using it like a a blind man's walking stick.
I'm gonna take out my sword because I don't like the looks of those statues.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take out a scotch and give it to the GM.
Yeah, thank you. I ran out.
Brown noser.
I want to go downstairs somewhere, but I'm lazy. There's stairs. The light you see from other players, you can see for your own characters. These clockworks, the statues are just statues. They don't look, they're mossed over. Vegetation growing on them. And the clockwork soldiers, there are more bugs crawling inside of them. However, the one down here looks like it's been blown into pieces recently. Like, it's scorched and, yeah.
I don't like the tag recently.
Like, you can see some of the steam still coming off the armor from where it was.
Well, I have
Oh,
one.
like very recently.
Well, I suppose that sort of narrows it down who it must have been.
I will stop and inspect it. Kind of put the back of my hand to it. Just trying to gauge like how fucking hot this was.
You can see where it was melting before.
That's
It's not
not good.
anymore, and it's still retaining a lot of heat to where you can notice it in this cold, damp environment. But yeah, it seems like it's been a few hours. Just it was that hot before.
Okay.
All right. Knowing what's to the left here?
Looks
Left?
like a passageway caved in.
Doors there and there, right?
Yeah.
What do I? How far does my light go down that hall?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. This is just a collapse. Like the ceiling has collapsed in. A large boulder blocks the way, and same for the door down here. In here,
Sarah, would you mind doing that? Well, technically, actually, that divine sense goes out for like 5 miles, I believe.
No,
So,
no, it's
Just
60
Doesn't it?
feet.
vision, though.
Oh, that's the primeval awareness. Never mind. Sorry,
Yeah, yeah.
excuse me.
60 feet. Yeah.
Pardon.
Prime
Even-
evil awareness.
It's the same thing, basically.
Yeah, so like I advance and I stand a bit more centrally located. Is that
Yes, after you.
and I take a moment.
As you
Do
guys
I see
kinda
it?
walk in here, these spirits and ghosts, they're here.
Mm.
They're giving off give it a light. It looks like they're like still working,
So
like
like
there
I
were
take
tables there.
I take over. I'd be like, these spirits are trapped here, locked in whatever
Mm.
things they tended to in life.
Yep.
That's really creepy.
And as
Did I
you
get that
all
right, GM? I
Yep.
sort of took some liberty.
Yep, that's right. And as you all kind of come in, shine your light in, and you all, most of you are getting off light too, they kind of disappear,
Mm.
fade away.
Oh, that's even creepier.
So then at that point, I'd be like, let me make sure they're not coming back. And at that point, because like I want to make sure that they're not like coming in through the wall or something,
Yeah.
I do divine sense again to see where they are or feel where they are, to feel their presences.
In 60 feet, that is not behind total cover. It looks like they have kind of vanished away. You can still feel their presence, but looks like they're trying to stay away from you. However,
And I
as
know
you,
like this says like it's one action, but like I hold it for like a little bit, like 10 seconds or something.
yeah, during that 10 seconds, they seem just kind of be staying away from you, hugging the edges, staying away.
What's that?
That is another clockwork soldier. That is a big one, though.
Is it? Oh, is that thing moving? I thought it was just a statue.
Is it broken?
It's broken.
Okay.
There's
So
veins on it.
I say, and as you guys come up, you see that like my eyes are giving off like a beam of light.
Mm.
What's that?
Yeah, you do feel that presence up there. It looks like it's staring you down.
Okay.
And
What?
as you
What is
shine
it?
light on it,
What?
it cackles very loudly. And
I didn't sense that before.
he did. I just didn't get a chance to speak.
Damn it.
Oh, see, guys, that's why you don't enter the room before the GM stops
I
talking.
stab it.
It disappears. As
Stab
you
it
all-
with a 10 foot.
Oh,
after
what
it-
now?
After it
Huh?
claps at you and cackles.
Can I tell where it goes?
With the divine sense, how long does that even last?
So like it is undetermined because I think they wanted to leave it up to the GM.
It says until the end of your next turn. So 10 seconds.
It's more like 6, but yeah.
All right, so I do it for 6 seconds.
Yeah. And as then it kind of disappears. You do sense that it is still in the room watching you before your divine sense goes away.
Mm.
Brandon's gonna look over to Grace and go, "What the fuck was that?"
Well,
The
I imagine it's some sort of undead. It could be a lot of anything. Ghost or a banshee, a specter,
She hasn't
ra-
left.
a wraith.
As like Sarah now puts the sword in two hands and puts it in like a defensive stance over her head. She says, "It's still close by."
Let me look at my. I'm not actually using this. I just want to see what. I just want to look at the wording.
Alright.
As she
Alright.
advances to the center of the room,
Alright, as an action,
that's
you
always the safest place.
present holy symbol. Can see or hear you within 30 feet. Okay. Alright, so I'll have my big old sword in one hand, and I'll kind of take my holy symbol in the other and just kind of have it ready.
She says, Sarah says, "Show yourself, spirit, and inform us of what you want. Why do you remain?"
Nothing responds.
Not all undead are very communicative.
She says, "Do not make me have to come after you. Show yourself, and you will be permitted passage."
Nadine walks in, sees all the burnt skeletons, and be like, "Yeah, maybe we should just move on."
They're not really burnt. They're just old. old, like very old. These ruins are ancient.
Okay.
A lot of
Yeah.
them started to kind of degrade into dust. But yeah.
Hey, Branon, can you shine your light down here?
Yes, I can.
As much as it pains me to say it, we aren't here to destroy undead. If they force our hand, we have no choice, but I'd rather not expend resources on anything that we don't have to.
I'd rather not have
I'm
something sneak us up on us from behind.
Mm.
I'm gonna put my pole away at this point and have just my shield ready and my other hand free.
Gall is making very sure he only steps where other people have already stepped. We are, after all, following a thief.
No, thieves disarm traps. No, not set them.
Or they leave
If
them
you
there
were a
for other
thief
people
and
to
you
try.
had a place to hide, wouldn't you set traps?
No, that wouldn't be very
Ah.
sportsmanly.
That's why you're a cleric.
Of course.
Shit.
Well, anything spooky in this room?
So
Nothing that you can see so far.
so yeah, I as I like back out of the room, Servina says, "Do not test me, spirit. Do not show yourself again."
Mm. Do not test my mercy.
Yeah.
What's all this?
That is a giant. It's a giant glass wall.
It's a giant.
Yep. There's a few rotted chairs in here, broken and such. And on the other side, it looks like the darkness is even thicker,
Hmm.
and it's moving or swirling around. But
Let's
in it
not
you
break.
can, yeah, but in it you can see little dots of light kind of playing around.
I don't really know. I don't know what sort of madman would make this place his home. I don't think I'll enjoy his company.
Well, that reassures me in your the health of your mind.
Yeah, it's hard to see through it because of the darkness, but I mean,
Imprisoning me. All that I see.
Absolute horror.
you can definitely see something through it, but
Spooks.
you can't really make it out.
Spooks.
So where are we seeing this?
Up at the glass up here.
Okay.
I want to get to the glass. Like this is like total movie moment right here. This is like
Jesus.
this is like this is like Jesus exactly.
No. It's a trap.
So like I get up close to the glass like every tense scene in Deep Blue Sea. And like I put my hand on the glass. And then I try to see more. And then if I cannot, then I use divine sense and try to sense what's beyond there.
Alright. Do perception, see if you can see anything through it.
Okay. All right. Incoming 20, guys. I got those numbers reversed. Sorry, it should be a 21, but it showed up as a 12.
Yeah, I'm sure. So yeah, you do notice the orbs that are floating around. They look like
Mhm.
little tiny constructs.
Oh.
It looks like they're kind of playfully playing with each other.
I thought they would be eyes.
You do see them go over random objects, and you can't really tell what they are, but you can tell there's stuff in that room.
She says, companions. There seem to be some sort of mechanical birds in there. I don't quite know how to describe it, but they're flying around some objects that I can't quite make out.
Do you still do the divine sense?
Yes.
Alright, you can tell there are about 4 things in this room kind of watching you all, standing next to everybody. And as you tell that,
Can I make us not surprised? Be like, do I sense things approaching us, or like,
Oh,
hey,
by
we're
the
about,
way.
we're about to
Watching
get.
them, and
Oh, by the
Gaul,
way.
you get to take
Oh god.
And
12
actually,
damage. It looks like something is grabbing and grasping at you, and you feel something else grab you and kind of start to drag you away. Back
All right. Well, Jesus Christ, why? Where did you? Oh,
so I don't notice it before though. So like, I notice it right. Be like, Gaul behind you, and then like right then, Gaul gets
Yeah.
okay. But I tell him, be like, Gaul right behind you, and it's like, oh,
And I
maybe
turn around
maybe
just inside to take it right. I turn around just in time to take it right in the face.
yeah, maybe Servina is really good to keep around because she's got like a sixth sense.
a sixth sense of alerting you of danger as after
Yeah,
you've been
10 seconds after it happens.
No, right when it happened. Right.
information I could have used 5 minutes ago.
Basically.
That initiative, that's not information I'm going to be able to use at all.
Yeah, so go ahead and
Are
do
we
your
rolling
initiative,
initiative?
guys. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, come on, let's use diplomacy.
As we start the battle, I'll yell for everybody to gather around me.
I'll tell everybody, I got this. I'll take care of it.
Oh, whoops, wrong. That's not the
Where's
right.
I'm
the-
just going to
where's the-
draw a sword.
This is my wheelhouse, guys.
Where's
gonna
the
be great.
initiative at on this sheet?
Top middle.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's in between armor class and speed. I'm ready, guys. I'm ready.
Oh, I guess I need to select myself and then do it. There we go.
The new sheets are kind of slow to load, which is kind of annoying.
It
At
did
least
take a minute to load, but not too long. I have mine. I pulled mine out and put it on a second monitor.
Well, aren't you, Mr. Luxury?
Now, can you
Ha-ha.
see these creatures on the turn
I
order?
cannot see anything yet.
Nope.
I don't see
Alright.
any.
I
Well,
don't
that
see
is
anything.
good.
I don't
I'll
even see
be-
anything. I don't even
I'll
see
be right
anything
back,
on the
guys.
turn order.
I'll be right back.
So they're probably on the GM layer.
Ah, you bastards.
So I was wondering if you could see stuff that I put on the GM layer or not when I put it.
Yeah,
on the-
no, anything rolled on GM layer stays on GM layer until it gets moved.
Good.
But it still sorts and everything.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool.
Yep. So Gaul is on the ground being dragged. So, Grace,
Yep.
how do you react to this bullshit?
Like, I was ready for this. I'm just gonna walk over. I'm gonna present my holy symbol. I'm gonna be like, go to the grave, you foul beasts. Begone!
The power of Christ compels you.
The power of the Raven Queen.
For just a split second, I thought he was talking to me.
I need an old priest and a young priest.
What?
Wielder of the flame of Arnor. Your dark powers will not avail you.
All right.
What is going on with my light source? It's like jagged.
Let's
Like
It's
there's a big point right here,
It's yeah.
and then this is darkness.
Oh, because
Dynamic lighting is
that-
funky.
Yeah, the light is coming from the windows. That's causing that light, and the big arrow is from Branon's lantern, bullseye lantern. which
Oh.
is a
Oh,
shade.
okay. I see.
Yeah, I like that I can click your token and see what you see.
Yeah, it's always not. Yeah, it's a good feature.
Yeah. So yeah, hopefully these guys are undead and they can go ahead and die.
You're turning undead.
Yeah, it's
Each
hopefully destroying undead.
You can see or hear with.
I'm gonna need all them to be under
Let's
a
make
half.
Wisdom saving throw. Well, you can't see them or hear them.
I don't need to be able to see them. They need to be able to see or hear me.
Oh. Oh, here. Okay. Are those undead?
Yeah, can see or hear you.
Alright, so let's do some wisdoms here. How far
My name is John Cena.
Oh, you managed to hit everything with that.
Yes! Yes!
So let's do some saves.
DC 14.
Each undead you can see and hear, turn creature must spend his turn trying to move as far away as you can. Can't willingly move a space within 30 feet. Okay, so what do they have to beat?
14.
So where's this thing at? Wisdom. It gets +0. Great. However, that one passes. The other ones, they do not. So they let go of Gaul, and yep.
So I guess they're above CR 1.5.
Yes.
Oh.
No, wait, no.
Oh?
Shit. No.
Huh?
When that happens... Yeah, so let's move these back to the... Those kind of wisp out of being invisible and fall to the ground. The ones who are holding Gaul kind of perish as well.
Mm.
And yep, that happened.
Eat my holy dick.
I went in the back because I thought it was safe. Can I go in the middle now?
Just stay there. Just
I
stay
mean-
next to. Just stay next to me.
I know from experience alligators like to attack from behind.
Why don't you put that in my head?
The next encounter, zombie alligators.
Yeah, so...
God, we're about to be swimming in the water.
So, yeah.
You son of a bitch.
You know, I do have a giant crocodile token just from a game I had previously.
God.
Anyway, Servina, it's your go.
So yeah, I come in there,
You're still there, Gaul.
and big surprise, I do divine sense again. See if they're all gone.
You notice something right here.
Can you ping it again?
Yep, right here.
Actually, yeah. So like she would, knowing that she only has a split second before something else maybe happens, she would take this opportunity to just run into it with her blade ahead of her. She runs into it, and she's like, "There's another one right here!" She runs right into it or through it.
Alright. Yeah, you kind of go through it. But... Yeah, you do manage to... You can make an attack against it, since you're running at it with the blade. Oh yeah, Otis had to leave.
So say it again.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah, you kind of pass through it.
Okay, so I get to like here, and I'd be like, "It's right." I'd be like, "It's right there," and I'd point the tip of my my sword, right towards it.
The divine sense is your action, right?
Huh?
The divine sense is your action, right?
That is my action, correct?
Okay. But you do feel like you passed through it, though. Yep.
Yeah, so I was trying to like make it seen by sacrificing, so my body for it to make it known to the rest of the party.
Alright, Otis had to leave. There goes your cleric. And... on its turn, it... I didn't set their healths and everything. Need to fix that. Did I fix their damage? Yeah, I fixed their damage. Okay. So... it moves away from you. You can't really see it, so you keep making an opportunity attack. And you can feel it pass through you, Branon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I guess you can make it an opportunity attack as you feel it leaving you. It's heading this way.
Could I do that as well? Because I felt it and it was right 5 feet away from me.
You can try. As you kind of feel it leaving, you can try to make an attack against it.
You mean a roll with disadvantage?
Yes. Same with you, Talamat.
Oh, yeah, hold on. I thought I had roll 2 on. 1 second.
15 with disadvantage.
Did that roll disadvantage?
Yeah, like I rolled with. You can tell by the red marker.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah, you managed to hit it.
All right. Maybe I'll make it appear.
Mine's a 16.
Yeah, you managed to hit it too.
I deal 10 damage to it.
So 10 and
5 for me.
5. Alright. It seems like you heard it. Let me do a save here. Alright, you did not manage to knock it out of its stealth. Not that you... No, I gotta do a second roll. Yeah, it manages to remain stealth. And it heads off into the other room. And with that, Branon, it is your go. There's nothing else left in the room with you, according to Servina.
Well, not being able to see anything, I am going to hold action until I do, and then I will attack it.
Alright. That one is dead. That one is dead. Nadine! You do feel like you just passed through something. We cannot hear you, Nadine, if you're talking.
Damn it, I was muted. Since I didn't sense anything else in that room, I'm gonna walk in here, and then I'm going to go ahead.
Yeah, you feel like you're standing in something right now.
I like standing and stuff. Well, I just used all my move speed, so I guess I'm gonna stay standing in it. I'm going to cast Fairy Fire right there.
Just take the little marker tool and mark it.
Yeah. Right there. Damn it. I did it eventually. Right there.
Oh, I'm in the wrong layer. So okay, click that. So 20-foot range. Why can't I? It's being annoying.
Each object in that 20-foot range would be highlighted in green.
And it
And
sheds a light too.
yes, a 10-foot light.
Objects and affected creatures shed a dim light. Okay. So
I guess that would hit me too.
yeah. Alright. So let's just do this. I'm lazy. Hi. So I'm just gonna make it shed a bright light and reveal everything. Because that's what it does, doesn't it?
Essentially.
Alright. So I'm just gonna take the lazy way out. And that's what's
Okay.
revealed.
Okay. And then, okay, I don't have any movement speed. Can I use a free action to yell back to the group and be like, "Hey, we can see them now. Come help."
Sure.
That's what I'll do.
All right.
And that's it.
That is dead. Go. It's your go.
All right, I use half my movement to stand up.
Yep.
And then I will use the other half to go and stand over here between the big armored people. And I will use my action to use the Petalia pendant to burn a hit die,
All right.
which gives me all of 1d6. Shit.
Congrats.
I can't believe you have no Constitution modifier.
None.
He's gonna go far. He's gonna go about
Only by
5 feet and
accident.
dig the grave.
About 6 feet straight down. Yeah, that's where I'm going. So yeah, it just barely works. I kind of look at it, and that's it. I'm done.
But you haven't actually successfully been able to do yet, except for your wand of fireball.
Oh yeah, that one works.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's a wand of fireball.
Well, it's a gutted wand of fireball, but yeah.
And yeah, that's the end of my turn. So
Grace is going to swing his sword. Grace is gonna go there. Does have more movement speed, so he'll just kind of stand in front of everybody. All right. Servina.
So, can I? Is it visible in here? Like, I'm only seeing like part of what's in here, and I don't know if that's should be right.
Yeah, you
But
can only see
there's
what's. You can only partially see what's in there, but it is all revealed.
okay.
Everything's giving off a dim light.
Okay.
Lightning bolt.
1, 2, 3,
Sure, let's just
4,
throw that out
5.
and see what happens.
So this thing is here. Yes.
Yeah, it's inside of Nadine, just about. It's like wrapped around Nadine.
Yeah. So, like, do I think that there's a way for me to deal with that, or no?
Well, if you carefully swing, you might be able to kill it. You might be able to hit it without hitting Nadine.
You should have advantage to hit it.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, you can
So-
definitely try.
So I will do that then. I will take the advantage given to me by its outline, and I will say, Nadine, hold still, as she takes like a piercing stance to try to pierce this thing. And how do I do that?
You just
I gotta
click on the weapon in your equipment. And it'll do the
Yeah,
attack.
so I have advantage. I'm taking that -5. So let me change. How do I give myself a minus? Oh, I have to fix it in modifiers. We'll just -5 these numbers, so we don't have to worry about that for now.
The easiest way in the future to do it is just set up a second weapon attack. And just
Oh,
name
that's
it
that's
your
a good
power
idea.
attack or whatever.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So 20 or there'd be a 19.
All right, you do hit it, and you hit it.
So it
well.
actually does 18 damage. And I would like to burn one of them things.
Damage.
And then I burn a what do you call it? A divine smite in it.
Wait, how much damage does it do? 8.
It does 18, and then another 18. So it takes 36.
All right.
18 of which is holy.
You way overkill that thing.
Okay. Well,
And
hey.
how'd you do 18 in the first one?
So I did the Great Weapon Master. I took the -5.
It's 5
Oh,
to hit
I see,
plus
yeah,
10 to
okay.
damage.
Yeah, okay. It was
So-
the way that's doing it.
Yeah, so then I attack. I take. I have 5 more feet of movement. I think. I have extra attack, so then I get to do it to this one, right?
It will be
to this
hard to
one
hit
here.
that one, but you can try to hit it.
Okay.
It's in partial cover.
Okay. So I didn't know if you did. Yeah, if you did partial cover around corners
Yeah.
and stuff.
And then
Um,
what partial cover does.
I
like,
think it's like a +5 to AC.
2 for
Plus
partial.
2 for partial, plus 5 for almost full, and then plus infinity for complete cover, of course.
yeah.
Okay. So a 12 to hit. Or do I still get advantage against these? This one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all still glowing.
But it rolled advantage anyway.
Okay. So a 12 to hit.
Do.
So with these sheets, I found the easiest thing is if you go into the cog in the top right for the overall sheet edits, there's an option to put it on roll 2. That way, whether it's advantage or disadvantage, it doesn't matter. You just choose whichever of the 2 die.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, you managed. You do hit it.
Oh, okay. Right. So then it takes 20 points of damage.
Yeah, you murdered
Is
that
it?
thing.
And then I take my 5-foot step forward, 5 more move, and then I do 1 more hit for 21 points of damage.
How do you have 3 attacks?
Yeah, you get a when you do it's the great, right? Did I read that right? Yeah, on your turn when you score a critical hit with a melee weapon or reduce a creature to 0 hit points, you can make 1 melee attack as a bonus action.
Ah.
Yeah, you murder all 3 of those.
Yeah, so I come in and be like, Nadine, hold still, and she makes like a stab, and it sort of like slices into your armor, and then she swings at the one next to you, and then she uses your body to sort of push off of because of how sturdy it is, and lunges at the last one, and then looks ready to continue fighting.
You basically kind of do a whirlwind as you fly into this room, killing 3 things.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, good. That was the best turn I'm ever gonna have, guys. So I'm just gonna stop there. It was great playing with you. I want to end on the best turn I've ever had, and it was great playing.
Oh, I made you do a Sacred Flame, Otis. You killed 3. He killed 3. You both did the same amount of work.
Yeah, but nobody bled as much as me.
That's true.
Yeah,
I win.
about set the fuck down.
I can only say sweat and tears. Well,
On
just
and
yet.
on.
Yet.
It is your go.
All right. I'm going to move
And what is this thing?
here.
BT dubs.
It looks.
Actually, yeah, hold on. What does that look like?
All right.
Yeah. Give me what's the layout?
These look like they're trying to take form, but they're not fully formed. They're like amorphous blobs with tentacles. It doesn't look like they're complete, just about. Like they're only half here. And let's see, what does that even look like? Oh God, I don't know which book that's from. Oh well. Oh, that's what the other one looks like. They each have specific looks. It's awkward. Do.
I forgot to burn I forgot to take that spell. That was.
Well, Nadine feels good about making, all of these things not invisible.
Yes, that is very handy.
That was like the handy's not even the word. That was made everything possible. D. Is that a? Can we put a DY at the end of that? How do you subtract spells from? Oh, here it is.
You can change it to auto propagate essentially in the same cog section.
Yeah, but it wasn't from casting a spell. It was using a spell slot.
I believe in abilities you can do the same thing. It's just in the use. I'll take a photo of it later.
And that's what it looks like. Looks like half of a slender demon. The other half is kind of fading away into shadow. Has
Well,
shadow
I don't
flowing
like
wings.
either of those things.
Yep. And
All right then. And what about this other person up in the top right?
right here.
No. This dude.
That's what the picture looks like. It's the
Oh, that's okay. Then
the other ones look like they're just spirits but turn to dark.
I'm gonna go fight Big Poppy.
They'll just kind of glare at you.
And that's at advantage, so 28.
Did I really not copy this thing down?
And that is a crit.
Oh, there it is. Okay. I was going to say. Mm-hmm. Slashing. Yep, that manages to hit it.
Excellence. Good job.
All right. So you hit it for.
Are you a fighter?
That I am.
Are you a battle master?
Yep.
All right. So you hit it with both attacks.
Sweet. Finally made like fighters, I don't know, relevant and cool.
So I believe that is what?
Like actually giving them like
33
an ability to
damage?
affect the battlefield.
Total that is 16. Yeah, 23.
You do manage to hit it pretty good. Oh. Mm-hmm. All right. So you done?
I'm actually gonna, since I have mobile, that one won't be able to hit me. I'm gonna move over to this one.
Ready? So let's move on. That one is dead. That one is dead. That thing gets to make an attack. So let's try to hit you. Just gonna move up one, then try to hit you. Oh wow. Well,
Does it
fails.
miss?
Yep.
All right, I'm going to do this. So it's a total of 9 damage if it hits. No, it's only when in the casting of it. Basically, there's an aura around them that allows us to see them better and make them easier to hit.
Yep. All right.
So if a 22 hits, that's 9 damage.
Beast, Lesser Shadow Beast. I did not touch their health. I didn't mean to. That seems like a good number. Let's make it that.
But I think technically Nadine got hit by it, so she
Yeah,
she has
Yeah.
advantage on her.
Yeah.
All right. So it crit fails. It managed to try to swipe you. Its attack ends up going through you instead. Like it forgot to turn off being incorporeal.
Protect the barbarian.
And this thing.
Did it take its hit? Did a 22 hit it?
Yeah, it took the hit.
Okay, cool.
Do. I wish I grouped these things better. Alright. Is going to fly up to Nadine.
What does this one look like?
It's
Sorry.
the photo in chat.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the photo in chat. I thought that's what these were. These are spiders?
They look more like blobs with tentacles. They're trying to
Okay.
take a form, but haven't gotten there quite yet.
I see.
They're beholders.
Yeah.
Not everything is a beholder, damn it.
Everything is a beholder.
Everything can be a mimic, not everything can be a beholder.
I like mimics. I never got to run my last group through the mimic dungeon. Like everything in the dungeon was a mimic, including the walls. And the
Just
walls kind of
they
mimic
leave
corners
just
of them.
paranoid for life.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a labyrinth that made the players more paranoid as they went through it.
Yeah, like that's the quintessential party. Like you make one statue a monster, rest of the campaign for 3 years, every statue they inspect. I just got done running like a 3-year campaign, and yeah, those things happen.
Making some attacks. They makes it with advantage against Nadine. So that one hits. And that one hits, I think. Your AC is 17. Alright, yeah, those hit. It makes 2 claw attacks at you. They're plus, well, that's a bunch to hit, so yeah, they're going to hit you. And it does 7 plus... It does 12 damage to you.
Okay, and it hits me twice.
Slashing, yep. No, it's psychic damage.
It doesn't matter what
Jesus.
Yep.
It's
Okay,
like
so I need to
screaming
make
in your face as it
2
slashes you.
Okay.
Alright, and that's all that one's gonna do. So let's move on to this buddy. It is going to come down, try to hit Servina.
Okay.
1, 2. Your AC is a bunch, so they don't hit.
Or are you rolling in person?
I got it rolling in GM chat.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Let's see, that one is dead. That one. See, it's not gonna possibly fucking hit you.
My AC's not crazy.
It's gonna fly up to here and try to hit Nadine.
Quit it.
Hit the glowing one.
Yeah.
Shadow.
It's like a big old anglerfish barbarian. Or wait, what is Nadine? Fighter? Barbarian? Druid?
She's a dwarf.
A dwarf.
Oh man, second edition.
Dwarf
Mhm.
fire druid.
I always wanted to make that joke because elf wasn't a class in it, but dwarf was. I was like, can I play an elf but my class be dwarf?
Was the elves not in second edition?
Yeah, I don't think elves were a class in second edition.
Oh god. So that hits you. No,
I'm sorry. Was it
yeah,
first
it
edition?
hits you. And what does it do?
It's been a while.
So first it does the damage.
Yeah, it's first edition.
It does 8 damage. And
Yeah, the basic set. Oh, human was in class. Play a human dwarf.
your strength is reduced by 2.
Oh, I don't like these things. I don't like these things at all.
Oh, that means I'm encumbered.
Welcome to the life. As a little rule, if your strength reaches 0, you die. You just straight die. Nadine, it's your go.
Okay. So there's one right above me, right, and one in front of me.
Yeah, you're surrounded.
Okay. How much damage did that last one do?
8. It did 8 necrotic.
Make a con save. Make another one because I'd make it with advantage. Okay, good. Okay. Alright. I think I'm gonna
I
transform.
don't think Faerie fires constant. Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think Lesser Restoration. It might. Who knows? Find out.
What lesser restoration? I know what lesser restoration does.
Restores the strength.
You know
It
what?
doesn't. I have the spell.
One disease or one condition. It's not really a condition. It's just sapping your strength away. It has your strength now. Okay.
I'm gonna cast
Yeah, here's
Healing
the spell.
Spirit. Spell level 2. Okay, yeah, sure. And I'm gonna cast it right here.
It's we all regained 0 hit points. Sweet.
Oh, I didn't roll it right. That's weird. Whatever. And then I will move into it.
You can just move as a bonus action into you.
No, I don't believe it can move.
Yeah, I can. Gain 5 hit points. And then I'm going to use my bonus action to move it.
I think that is a bonus action.
Is Healing Spirit a bonus? Oh, it is. It is a bonus action, so I still have my action. Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Even better.
Yeah. Okay.
I deleted you.
No!
Oh god, I'm gonna fix your site. Oh god. You're just log out. I don't want to fix your shit. You'll need.
I deleted you. Just quit the game. Like,
There you go. I gave you a little token for it.
Okay. I guess I'll move up then and use.
When you move
Primal
out, you take 2
Savagery.
opportunity attacks, by the way.
Damn, that's right. Okay then. So
So you
can I
still gonna
redo it
move-
since? Well, since I thought it was an action, can I just cast it right there instead?
well,
I
and
thought
then
it
you
was an
can
action,
disengage
not a
out.
bonus action.
Yeah, you can have it sit there.
Okay, sweet.
You can use disengage if you want to get out then, because you have your action.
Yeah, you won't get healed by it though, unfortunately, because you have to move into it.
Yeah, I know.
So that's. Are you gonna reconsider
Okay.
this?
Yeah.
Are you gonna cast Healing Spirit?
Yeah, screw it. I'll still cast Healing Spirit and disengage into it, gain the 5 life,
Alright.
and that'll be my turn.
Grace.
Missed me.
It's gonna do Grace things.
Missed
Branon.
Gall.
Yeah. Goals still one at the bottom.
At 2.
Yeah, well, Gall, you go.
Okay, I will step up to behind Grace. Can I fire through the two of them? I want to chaos bolt this guy. Has he got partial
If
cover?
you yell at them first to duck.
Yeah.
Get the hell up out your way.
Move to the left, and I fired on the right side of the hall at that thing. I only saw the one, so I'm just going to do chaos bolt at it. 10 to hit.
I'm gonna say
So, like, the
crit.
You have advantage on it.
Oh yeah, that is
Oh,
right.
that's right, I do.
Woo!
Repeat.
Chaos Bowl repeat.
20 to hit. That's better. Thank you.
And what kind of damage you gonna do?
That does what have I got? 4 and a 2.
That's why everyone should go into their sheets and put on roll 2. It just makes things easier.
Yeah.
I believe
I
it
will
works for
do,
attack spells as well.
You
I will
could
do
just
force damage. So
if you
10
do
points force
toggle
damage.
advantage, it'll just roll 2 all the time.
Yeah.
Alright, so what are you saying, Branon? What was it doing?
10 force damage, and then that's it for me.
I meant to say Gaul, whatever.
I knew what you meant.
Force?
Yep.
Well, alright then. So it does 10 damage to that thing. Alrighty.
I will be right back.
It shall be Grace's turn, and Grace shall step in front of the Dean and maul this thing to death. With her maul. No, she has a great sword. I keep forgetting.
Do it.
I don't know why I keep thinking she has a maul. Oh wow, it is taking a little bit to load up. What's going on? Maybe Roll20 is acting up. It took longer than it should have. And do the clerics get an extra attack at this level?
No, clerics never get an extra attack.
Well, didn't you say you told me because I was asking who the party was that she was a war cleric?
She is.
Don't they get it as like a special ability
No, Lord,
to
I
get
do not know.
Okay.
to get? Well, I'm pretty sure they do. Because I was looking at a paladin or a war cleric, and then you were like, "There's a war cleric in the party." I was like, "Well, I guess I'm not being a war cleric."
I will take a look.
Alright, so
I think they get some special ability to do it, like either as like a.
spin something.
Yes, they can use their bonus action for a weapon attack.
There's crit.
Oh wow, and she crits with one of them. So I'm just gonna keep her character sheet kind of put down here at the bottom.
And she can do that a number of times equal to wisdom modifier, and then it refreshes on a long rest.
The extra.
Isn't that 3 attacks though? Well, the first
No,
attack
number of
didn't have-
times total, because it's using the bonus action to do it, but they can do it extra that many more times total.
Alright, well it seems like a good use to do it, so she's gonna do that. And she's gonna just straight murder this thing. Jesus Christ.
Well, she did 3 attacks,
It's only 2. You get the
Yeah.
main attack, and then the bonus action gives an extra weapon attack.
but it works out because the first 2, because we didn't roll with advantage for the first one.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. The first 2 was advantage, and then let's change it up. So
okay,
I'll go with the damage
did.
for the first roll, which is the one that did higher anyway.
16 plus 18, then
Yep.
34.
That kills that thing. Like Jesus.
Like Jesus, it kills it like Jesus. Okay, we put it up
It
on a
is
cross.
undead, so I mean, she is a cleric. If killing it
Yeah.
like Jesus was ever a thing,
Jesus would be killing demons and undead.
and that's all she will do because I think that's her move speed. Servina, you're being outdone
With-
by this other cleric with a big sword.
Whoa! I got 3 last turn, but also that's the best turn ever. Unable to top her amazing last turn, she just tries to do the best she can, and she. I know she's not here for it, but like locked sort of shoulder to shoulder with this thing, with this person who's so similar to her. She's emboldened. And I do the greatsword attack, and we still have advantage, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I do the -5 thing.
Oh wait, no, because you cast Healing Spirit, which light goes away.
Oh, it's healing spirit of concentration.
Yes.
That it is.
So you roll normally against it now.
Okay.
Which, I mean, if I even if I didn't roll the advantage, it was still rolled that high because those are the first rolls.
Okay. I would have not used the thingy the
Yeah, you
thing
can do
then.
your turn.
Yeah, the reduce. So I rolled. I got a 10, so it'd be a 17 to hit.
That I believe hits it. They don't have very high
Uh,
AC.
and then 15 damage, and then I'm gonna burn another spell. Is this thing undead or something or fiendish?
I don't know. Do a check. I'll leave it up to you. Perception, insight, whatever.
Just hit it with divine smite and see if it does an extra die.
Yeah, I know exactly. That's what I was gonna say. I was like,
little
what?
metagaming.
I was like, I don't want to tell the GM, but like,
Yeah,
but that was my. I get a 19 insight.
Okay, yeah, you can tell that they are fiendish.
Okay,
They're not undead.
so then,
So that's like the reasonable conclusion.
so on the first attack, do
No, never mind. I'm sorry. They look like creatures of pure magic. They look like Fae. Like they might be Fae.
okay. My so I do then 21 points of damage to it on the first hit.
You need to quit that. Stop.
Is it still alive?
It's still alive.
Okay. Then I attack it again
Alright.
for hit 23 and then 14 damage.
You need to quit that.
What? Hitting it? You told me
Yes.
to come in and be good. I was trying to follow what you told me.
Stap it. Alright. You gonna do anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna do another thingy to it. I'm gonna burn another spell.
Y'all just at the beginning of this dungeon.
It's almost like 5th edition is set up to go one fight at a time.
Yeah. All right.
One
Well,
fight every 8 hours.
then I'll wait. I'll wait then. So I'll take another spell off.
Burn on and on and on and on.
Burn on and on and on and on.
I will stab this thing.
Quit shining your light on it. It doesn't like that. Alright, so 25 and 7 damage.
Is it still up?
Yep. Looks like it's still doing pretty okay. Now it looks like it's kind of beat up.
Screw it.
Active
Time to do it.
surge.
Is it still up after that?
Yes. It doesn't look like it's doing too well. Quit.
No.
Quit killing my things.
Is it dead yet?
No, but it doesn't look like it's doing well.
Damn it. Um.
Wow, these
Hmm.
things
Does
don't
the-
look
so-
at all.
Does my insight check give me like insight into if this thing's taking less because I'm not magical?
It feels like you're hurting it as intended.
Okay.
It's flinching like it should by hitting it. All right.
Oh, I just saw Otis's notes.
Yeah.
Oh, he's still in the game. He's still in the chat.
He's just
Didn't know.
listening in. He can't play though.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
This thing is not happy that it's getting hit. It is going to sit right yaw and
I stole every kill.
so all of you that are sitting in front of it.
Wait, is that me?
Yep.
He laughs maniacally.
It's not a good thing when I laugh. Have fun by killing you guys. It is going to blow at you. It's going to huff and puff and blow. And it looks like shadows. It's blowing shadows at you. Lots of claws and other crap in the shadows are coming to life and grasping and trying to tear into you guys. So all of you must make a strength save.
I'm good at those.
It was within 15 feet, right?
Yeah, so yeah, like that.
Maybe not so good.
Everybody except for Gaul,
Mm-hmm.
courageously hiding in the back.
She's like, "Hoo!" And she like holds, like she does that thing like where like you get pushed back, but your feet are just sliding backwards, and you're like completely stoic, like that movie thing that is not possible in real life at all.
So mine is actually a 13, not a 14.
Oh, crap.
Right. Because your strength has been used.
Yeah.
Let's see. Alright, so you guys all managed to keep your ground. Nadine and Telmet, you, it kind of really affects you. Like, you almost lose your ground, but you manage to stay on your feet.
Okay.
But all of you don't get affected by it. And that was a big waste of it doing that. That thing is murdered.
But GM, you get so many attacks per turn.
Um, yeah. Yeah. This one's going to do the same. So Nadine, Grace, and Servina all make Constitution. Another Strength save.
Oh,
wow.
That's actually a 0.
Wow.
I thought Nadine
You
was
cannot
strong.
have zeros on saves.
But it's a 0.
All right. So
Officially getting slammed into the wall, Servina braces herself against it.
All right. You get knocked back 20 feet, which you slam into Gaul. Nadine, you fall flat on your face. So, yeah. Just kind of go right there. And you manage to ram into Gaul. And Gaul, you get knocked prone.
Yep.
From the flying heavy-ass dwarf. Just kind of flying by you.
I believe dense is the politically correct term.
Thick.
Well, her dents just hit me in the face. So.
Beefy, as some might say.
For beefy bits. And I can't do that without taking its action. There's a part of its action that's horrible. And Dean, you just got tossed around like a gnome in the windy storm.
Okay.
That's racist calling her a gnome.
I hate gnomes. It's gonna happen. Get used to it. They're so ugly. Just like the halflings. Gnomes are better, but still. You use half your speed to get up.
I mean, why would you not be a pretty plant small person if you had the opportunity?
Let's see, half of my speed to get up, I guess would put me right there.
That's why I made the race. I wanted a short race that wasn't ugly.
You got it. You just got to make it yourself.
Gnomes don't have to be ugly, you racist.
Yeah, like the gnomes in this one are like they're not like World of Warcraft gnomes or something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They're not cute and they ain't pretty. So I don't know what they are.
I guess I will use my bonus action to what's Grace's health look like?
Like next to full.
Okay.
Pretty up there. You all can see each other's health pools, can't you?
Yeah, I just can't see Grace's. It's like
Yeah, because there's a token above it.
I use my bonus action to move the healing word on top of myself, and then on top of Gaul.
All right. So you do 2 heals for that. Just roll 2d6s.
So I'll heal for 2, and he heals for 6.
I mean
4.
4.
Thank you.
Yeah, 4. Yeah. Okay.
Move it back into the center. Look, how far can it move a turn?
Like 30 feet. Yeah,
Alright.
I'll do that, and that will be all my turn.
Still have an action.
Yeah, I'll use my action to use the pendant.
Alright.
It won't work. I can't use the pendant for some reason.
Just roll a hit dice.
Okay.
Alright. This shadow. It shall take a swipe at Grace. It hits Grace. What kind of damage does this thing do?
No, Grace!
Grace
Watch out!
Oh, Grace's strength is reduced. That's nice. I'm not sure how to reduce strength without changing the main stats. I have to do a modifier somewhere. I'll do that later.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out how to do that either.
I'll just put a mark on yourself so you remember. It shall do 9 damage to Grace. Necrotic. Which I'm not sure. No, she doesn't have any resistances. And as it hits, it shall fade away from sight.
What?
Alright, go. Does your go?
All right. Half my movement to stand up again. It's getting to be a habit. 5, 10.
You have been knocked on your ass more than any other character.
But not out yet today. Not unconscious yet. So I burned 10 feet to get to there. I will.
You have another 5 foot.
Oh, that's to back out afterwards. So I'm standing in the healing spot right now, right? So I take another heal.
If Nadine wants to heal you.
So I just moved into it.
Yep.
So roll a d6 there, Nadine. Oh, I like Healing Spirit.
Thank you. It will then. That'll have Branon as well. I will just cast Chaos Bolt again at the one that's that one.
Yep, that one looks like it's hurting.
Okay.
19
to hit. And that will be fire damage. 10 points.
Alright. Alright, Otis. Guess we'll see you next week. And 10.
Nothing horrible happens.
Okay. You don't do shit to losing strength, man. Hate to tell you.
And then I use my last 5 feet to back out to there.
Stole your strength. It's not something you can cure.
I believe after a long rest, you gain back 1 point of a lost stat.
Yeah, something like that. Alright, so 10 fire damage to the lesser shadow beast. What is its resistances? We should have remembered that. Oh well. Oh hey, it does have languages. How about that? That has no resistances, so it just takes that damage straight up.
Cool. I move out of the healing glow, and that's my turn.
The healing J-Lo glow. Grace shall step up. Smack that thing in the face. I did not hit the right button. Great sword it in the face. Jesus! No wait, it's still doing. No, the first.
That's
one
why
was
if you put
6.
on roll 2, it just makes things so much
Yeah,
easier.
the roll 2. Where is that at?
You hit the cog in the top right, and then it's also on the top right for roll output.
Yeah, I shall do that. That's why I like them the sheets was using before that, because it's always roll 2. I mean, you could set it not do that, but I like that was the default setting of it. Alright, so it is getting a plus 7. So 6 plus 7. 13. Oh, you miss. Alright. Servina.
Yeah,
On the front
still.
line have yet to take shit for damage.
Is that? Let's keep it going. So,
Things can get weird.
like my AC is not crazy.
Your AC is 19, man.
Like it's good, not nuts. Just use a shield. What was I gonna say? So I start to try to take against this thing. Yeah, I try to like smack it with like the flat side of this because I need some more weight to this sword strike. But I just do the regular attack.
Oh, God.
14
I missed
against
the
the
other
one I
paladin
hit.
that couldn't hit shit.
Like, guys, I don't know. You guys don't know me, but this is like the best I've ever rolled. I know now that I've said it, it's gonna fucking stop working. But
Alright.
this was, and I'm doing this one that I attacked last turn. So I smack with like the flat side of this thing to like make it into like almost mace like.
Alright.
Is it still up?
It is still up. Let me do a quick roll. Okay. Basically hitting with a bludgeoning attack, and it rolled such a low thing. You managed to knock it to the ground.
Oh, sweet.
Like you kind of knock it out of its senses.
Is it prone?
Yes.
Oh man, cool. So then I try to do the same thing again, and just beat it down again. 16.
Yeah. I think you get advantage on thing when it's up close like that. When it's
Oh, okay.
So
Yes,
Nice.
in melee, when something's prone, you get advantage.
Well, I'd like to. You know what? The 14. No, I'm just kidding. Does that hit? No, 16.
Yeah, it hits.
Okay. So 11 damage
Damage. Yeah,
to this thing is like.
it's still up. It doesn't look like it's doing too well, especially since
Okay.
you knocked its senses out of it.
Yeah, like so she's taking it like these big, like almost barbarian-esque overhand strikes to like knock it down to the floor.
Just trying to
And then
squish you with your sword.
yeah, basically. Like this thing is like made of magic and like the blade is working great, but like it's not catching enough of its essence. So like she starts smacking it like up with a giant frying pan to the ground and tries to give
like the egg-looking things you are.
tries to give Branon an opportunity to move around and come to this little spot and get a little flank action going on a prone enemy, old school D&D style.
Yep. And it is Bernon's go.
Alright, I will stabby.
But Brandon, I made this guy. She like looks at you. She's like, Brandon, over here.
I'm fighting a thing. Leave me alone.
Well, then she does.
Does 11 kill it?
No, but it looks like it's just barely hanging on. It looks
Alrighty
like
then.
parts of it are falling off. Yeah, that manages to kill it. Man, your guys' rolls are gonna... Jesus.
They're gonna Jesus. I agree.
And when you leave, you take an opportunity attack there, Branon.
From who?
No.
Misses. Oh,
From Grace.
you know, the thing you can't see anymore.
Oh, then I'm going... no, fuck it, never mind.
It misses. Misses.
I was going to riposte, but I'd rather not do it at disadvantage.
Alright, you done?
Yeah, that'll do it.
Alright, that one's dead. That one... It's not feeling it right now, let me tell you. It is going to try to attack... I don't know. It's first going to stop being prone. That's a given. It's going to make 2 attacks to Grace, because that's what's been getting hit. The first one hits for... Great, a whole 4 damage there. Roll a 1. And it slips... It kind of fades away in front of your eyes. And it shall move. It feels like it's moving through you, Branon.
Alright, Can I attack it?
Yeah, you all can make an opportunity attack as you see it go invisible. It's going to be
Nope,
met with
nope, probably
disadvantage.
All of us, or just Brennan?
The 3 of you that was surrounding it, this thing.
Does a 13 hit it?
Nope. Damn it, did I close out of Grace? There we go.
Servina attacks it as well for a critical hit.
It's a disadvantage there, buddy.
I get
Yep.
disadvantage against
Yep.
it. I would like advantage. Or
Yeah, I
just all
know you
critical?
would.
11.
Oh, wow. Grace misses. And
I miss.
Grace critically failed to miss. So let's roll a D100, see what happens.
She trips and falls on her great sword.
Oh, that's pretty high. She just flings her... Like, as she rears her greatsword back, she lets go of it and it falls behind her. So it's in this square. And all of you miss it. Get good, guys.
You just got to give us disadvantage all the time. No problem.
With you all getting advantage and everything, and no. Nadine.
Disadvantage all the time.
All right. He's gonna take 1 step forward. Heal for a D6. Take another step forward. And what can I see? Are any of the monsters alive?
None of them are visible.
Okay.
When you leave, you take an opportunity attack that square.
Okay.
Oh god, it misses so bad. It smacks its hand against the wall and
Oh,
Loses-
my long.
Becomes visible.
Yeah, loses concentration on staying invisible.
I should have been doing much more damage. My longsword isn't counting my feet.
All right. What now, Nadine?
So where's this thing at? It became visible.
You can do perception to see if you can figure out where it's at. If you're free.
Okay.
I hate you. You can hear it breathing right beside you.
Okay.
Me? Sorry.
The Dean can.
Oh.
So
I'm
you know
going
it's right there.
Going to attack it with primal savagery.
It is. Well, no, you managed to locate it. You know where you're swapping at, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. Still do disadvantage.
Okay. 10.
Conditions invisible. Let me look that up real fast. Yeah, still disadvantage, even if you know where it's at.
Okay.
Alright. You miss.
Alright. Then I will use my bonus action to move my healing thing.
On top of Grace.
I'll move it like that so it hits everybody.
Alright. So roll 2d6s, though I don't think Bernard's taking damage.
Two to Grace and 5 to whoever.
The Gladiator. Let's call him Gladiator.
And that's my turn.
Alright. Shadow is going to move on top of Grace's sword and attack Grace. This thing doesn't get 2 attacks, does it? No. It misses. Alright. Oh yeah, it slips back into the shadow.
No. Get back here.
I move up to there. I can't see anything, right? I can see no enemies within my view range that are awake and alive.
Nope. They
So
are.
I will.
I'd be like, use that lantern again.
I look at you quizzically because I don't have a lantern.
I mean, you
And
can.
Whatever that green light was.
I mean,
That wasn't me. And I hold my action until I see something to shoot.
No, I know it wasn't, but she didn't really know who it was.
Alright.
And you said you're the backliner.
Yeah, that worked well, especially in that first room.
Especially because these things go invisible.
Grace moves into the creature and picks up the weapon and moves out. Just gonna give it a quick attack against that. Uses reaction, it misses. And then, yeah, reaction interacts with something, so Grace shall make an attack. Goes prone, uses half speed to get up. Sword. Shadow has crap AC, so it hits. Aren't these fun enemies to fight? Alright, Servina, it's your go.
Seeing as how I saw Grace attack that, can I throw a spell at that spot?
Yes, you shall make it with
Okay.
disadvantage, though.
Disadvantage, not a problem. I'm casting Frostbite. Yes, disadvantage. Saving throw DC 15.
Constitution. It passes.
Shit. I was more hoping that the numbing frost would make it visible, but that didn't work.
Yep.
So that's it.
Keep going. Like, do you guys want to put music onto this? Like, battle music?
Every time. No, like only if it makes sense.
I mean, do you guys want me to? Because whenever I play games, I turn off the music. But I know that's not for everybody.
I do the same thing.
Alright. Anyway, Servina, it's your go. I'm not sure what you're doing.
So I don't know where this thing is, right? But we think it's in the space in front of Grace.
Yeah, Grace made an attack where the little blue marker is, and Nadine made an attack where the in front of her.
All right, so can I move there, closer to the center of the room? And I want to stand with my sword completely above my head, like I have it completely pointing straight up in the air in the sort of Lord stance. And I want to ready an action that if I see it come within range, that I strike it down.
That if you manage.
Yeah, if I see it come within range. Because it comes visible occasionally.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
Someone tends to knock it out of it. All right. So Branon.
I'm also sort of inviting it to come attack me by leaving myself in such like an offensive stance.
All right. Once you way you worded that, I hate you. Do a persuasion. Just see if you can kind of convince it that
Okay.
you're in this kind of vulnerable kind of state or something.
Yeah, like trick it, sort of thing. It's bad.
Alright. Branon and on, it's your go.
Alright, I'm going to put away my long sword, and from my quiver, I am going to draw my pike. And as a ready action, if need be, if it's outside of that 10-foot range, I will use a lunging attack. But I'm going to ready for anything to pop up. And the second it does, I'm going to stab it with my nice pointy stick.
Alright. Nadine. Oh god.
Okay,
Y'all rolling
so
high and I can't roll for shit. It's that fucking retarded 8 from the last boss fight. Alright, Nadine, it's your go.
okay. Can I kind of sense where any of them are at?
The one in front of you did not move.
Okay.
Make him visible again.
I mean, I can make them visible again.
Like that helps.
I think there's only 2 left.
2 that are trying to kill us.
Alright, I'll do Faerie Fire again. Just right here, I guess. With everything.
You're gonna burn up a spell slot.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
And we all have to make it, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I think everyone has to hit that. Nope, y'all doesn't. But everyone else.
I failed.
I'm glowy.
I'm not glowing.
Alright. That one. I'm gonna mark later. Those you don't make the DC 14 are glowy and have, what is it? Things that you better, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think blood fight's gonna last too much longer to matter.
And as a bonus action, I'll move my healing thingy on top of Grace.
Alright, I'm gonna move it. Well, no, that's hurt, so.
Yep.
So roll the d6. Alrighty. So that one becomes visible, the other one does not. It's weird because that one had a low dex.
I stab it.
Yeah, he's right. You do get to stab that. Yes, you do get to stab it.
Oh,
With a 28.
Yeah, you did it. And switching between layers is killing me. I thought invisible fight might be fun until I realized I have to do
You have to
stuff.
move a lot of stuff.
I have to do things.
You can't just grab the mini off the board and say that it's invisible in 0.5 seconds.
Nope, you have to right click, go to layer, then select GM layer, and then move your selection over. So you're now moving things on the GM layer, and then switch it back.
I could link their health together, but that requires even more work. Like, I don't have things set to sheets, so it just makes it easier. Alright, that thing is going to try. Oh wow! All right. This thing sucks. It misses so bad. It hits itself
Which one?
on Grace's armor. And
I mean,
Oh,
maybe
attack
they
Grace.
just want to die at this point. Do we ever think about that?
that's what it seems like. And Servina, you can blast that thing beside you.
Oh, quick. So
Ready action.
yeah, would that be one attacks or two? Because like my action is
It's your attack action, so that's whatever how many attacks you get in a single attack action.
I do the thing.
I don't think you get the bonus attack, but yeah, you do get to just make a regular attack.
I
Attack.
critically hit for 22 points of damage.
Yeah, that
It is
mark that
invisible.
thing.
Woohoo! Ready to action. Still working.
Alright. So, that thing just... It was on its turn, and you killed it on its turn, because it fucked up so bad. Gaul, it's your go.
Move to there and Ray of Frost.
It's not looking too good. You don't botch it. Make
24 to hit.
Yeah, make another roll. You have advantage. You might crit.
Did I
He
ever tell
rolled
you
it with
about
advantage.
That was with advantage.
Did I ever tell you about the all wizard party that we played?
No.
We played with the group of people was Arcane Mark, Scorching Ray, Ray of Frost. God, I can't remember the last one. We had 2 Rays, a Mark, and something else. God, I can't remember what the last one. But we were a boy band / wizard group. Arcane
Works
Mark,
well until you run into somebody with a silence spell.
right? But you have
Or one-
like so much utility, but
One Mage Slayer.
no.
Servina, your go.
Oh, it's back to me.
That's basically what the wizard is a straight utility. Can't
All
do
right, so I move over to this.
damage.
Having smushed this last one, I lock his shoulders again with Grace. and I would try to beat this last one down for 20 points of damage.
Well, it doesn't matter because it had 3 life and it's dead.
Oh, I attack it again with my second attack. With my bonus action attack. It dies on the attack it again, and then I smush it one more time. Just because I'm so like pent up with adrenaline. And she's like, ah, ah, yeah. And then like by the third one, she's like, like she realizes that it's down. She makes very pro women's tennis noises as she smacks this thing down to the ground.
Nadine and Branon, make a dex save.
What now?
Make a dex save.
From what?
Just do it. Alright. Dean, you managed to dodge out of the way. Branon, you have a lot of shadow guts on you
Eh.
as he smushes that thing repeatedly. Like it's just coating your feet right now.
Quit giving my character a penis.
Alright. So, that was fun. Killed all the enemies.
I mean, if we're being honest, that's what happens most of the time in D&D. Occasionally, occasionally not.
Meta. I'll do it.
Yeah.
How long
I
does
mean,
the healing spirit last, by the way?
I've TPK'd
1 minute.
more times than I care to remember.
Alright, I'll say you got like another. Each round is what?
6 seconds.
It's been quite a few rounds. I'd say you can probably heal everybody up to full just by moving it during that.
That is what I'll do.
The thing only like
I
5
only
6
need
active
5.
rounds went by.
Yeah. So I will go ahead and heal everybody up.
The bouncing bunnies of hit points.
So like after that's over, she's like, oh, and then she like takes her like strewn hair and like pulls it over, getting like magical guts a bit in the hair, and she's like, "Is everyone all right?" As she's like sits there like flushed and a bit belabored just from the battle.
Alright, I don't feel bad anymore. Those things were like level 4s and 3s, and you just kind of cut right through them.
But we're level 8, right?
5.
Oh, I made my guy level 8. Just kidding.
Just getting ready to say, Okay.
But I do like tend to people. I go all and be like, "Gall, you got a nasty gash. Are you alright?"
I'm good now after with the tower of hit points there.
She like she looks genuinely confused for like a solid 5-6 seconds, and then she like longer than she should have been,
Yes.
and then she she lets out a chuckle as she sort of stares at it.
Well,
Do
the
these-
description of that spell is it's little like
Yeah, it's
forest
a
land
pillar.
creatures or something running around, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's like a pillar of it's like a Roman pillar of creatures that heal you.
Yeah.
It looks like the
You're
thing
good.
that gets rid of the Dementors from Harry Potter. It's like
Okay.
Are these things still like? Are their bodies still like corporeal, or did they fade away?
They're still there, but it looks like any. They're still there, but it looks like they're kind of half faded away, just about.
Did it seem like either of my weapons did like were any more effective than the other, or did they seem to be, susceptible to normal attacks?
They seem susceptible to normal attacks. You felt that the weight of your weapons was being carried onto the creature.
Step back there for a second and make sure nothing's sneaking up on us from behind.
Yeah, that's that'd be good.
Then I know somebody had to go at 9, right?
Yeah.
Basically 10-2, so.
It's 12 here. Get on my level nerds.
So you guys wanna?
This seems like a good place to kind of stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
I mean,
Sounds
just after
good to
one
me.
fight.
I mean, you can go ahead a little bit further, but yeah, if you don't want to call it here, you can.
Did you guys want to set up camp and take a long rest, or do you think you guys want to keep going?
I literally did not get touched.
I spent
I
so
mean-
much time on my ass, I only burned 2 actual spell slots, so I'm fine.
Yeah, Nadine's good to keep going as well.
I burn 2 spell slots, but I sort of handle this like in every game the same way, which is if like I'm go to rest when I'm tired because like I realize that the game mechanics like we can meta and be like and I'm not saying everybody has to do that, but like I know that there's always like a well I'm out of resources so we need to rest. And unless the day has been excessively hard, like I go to sleep when I'm tired. So
Just saying, like, my last group did that, and I actually did punish them for it. And I
well,
mean,
good. Like that's what I want though.
Yeah,
Like I'm not gonna stop the party from taking, but like I'm just letting you guys know that when we get done, unless it's like the end of the day or we've had a really hard thing, I'm always gonna say like I don't know. I'm just caveating out with like I'm not snobby about it. It's just what I enjoy out of gaming.
I mean, it's more common sense. Like, if you're in a dungeon full of humanoids and you leave to take a rest, when you come back in, they're probably going to have called for reinforcements and probably reinforce their
Yeah.
defenses.
Exactly. Like there's that. Like it's logical. Like man, I don't like. I've never liked the we do a room, sleep for a day and then we do another room for a day.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe if you're in like the Underdark or something, like you're really like excavating. But let's stop talking about it. So, do we find anything on these things? Like anything that leads us to they were here for, or like what they were doing in here for eternity?
These don't look like they've been populating the dungeon that long. They look like they're a part of this magical darkness that's kind of keep hindering your all's vision. And it doesn't look like the darkness has been like the touches. Oh crap! My thing crashed. Um, like the magic that's in this darkness has been affecting these ruins for that long, and these creatures look like they're new.
Okay, so then if somebody didn't know, then it looks like these spirits haven't been here for long. I'm not sure why. Maybe the darkness brought them.
I really should have made you all do a check, but I mean that's kind of whatever. It's whatever.
It's been said.
Yeah.
I passed the ask relevant information check.
Yeah. So you joke, but I mean, I do reward.
No, like
good.
I've been a GM for a long time. Sometimes if I'll fucking tell them where you're like, please ask the question or somebody find out what's going on here.
Basically.
Yeah, like I will tell you. But then I'm a mean GM. Like I'll kill parties for failing an intelligence check. Like I always tell them, be like, you better have somebody who actually knows what the fuck is.
See, my last group could not figure out shit. Like, and here is what happened with my last group is
I don't know.
this
If they can't figure out shit when they're trying, that's different
That's
than
different.
like well you just have everybody in the party has a -1 in.
But
That's
this is
different.
what they did when they investigated this abandoned lumber mill. Like, it was supposed to be the Fae had came in, take over, like stop cutting down their damn trees. What they did was kick in 3 doors, do a perception, and give up and leave. And I'm like,
Well,
guys, come on.
there's nothing blatantly obvious here, so I
Yeah,
guess we
that's
should
just
leave.
what it was.
Yep.
Was somebody in that group?
No, the dean was with that group. But I think you missed that day, didn't you?
Yeah, I didn't play the Lumberman Lee.
Yeah. Because you're the only one I can count on to actually look at shit.
Yeah, well, this time I'm playing a character with 8 charisma, so I don't really take the lead on anything.
Also, you're true neutral, you bastard.
Yep.
Yeah, we are calling it for right now, for today. So if y'all guys need to go, you can.
So next time is good, right? And then,
Yeah, we meet weekly.
And then you do like session exp, or I'm sorry, milestone leveling.
I give you all your experience on short and long rests.
Okay,
Though I
cool.
sometimes forget and give it to you later on. If it doesn't
Yeah.
matter, if you're not close to a level, I don't really keep as much to it. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
usually always on short and long rests.
Yeah, like I'm not. I'm just trying to figure out how things go.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Have a good week.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You
It was
too.
fun.
You too, man. Thanks for letting me jump in.
Yep. What do you think of it so far?
Yeah, it's good. I like it was we had a nice big combat. It was, and like it was a nice palate cleanser to the other game. I don't know if I can stand the other game.
It's bothered me a little bit too.
Like not even that, but like
Stop recording.
Are you recording?
Yeah, I've been recording. I recorded our last game too. Like I need to show you the video of the last game. You'll see